Welcome to Ball Street. It's the social club. We're here to discuss the biggest issues in the room this weekend. First thing we're starting with, John Moss. Nobody really knew his name prior to the weekend, Robbie. Everyone does now. Was he to blame for everything going the way it did at the weekend? He's taken a lot of stick.
Most of it, I'll say. Most of it in that game. I do think he got it spot on with sending off Vardy. That was a dive. And Vardy's been diving all season. And it's going to come up and bite you. And that's exactly what happened. It was a dive. And I'm sorry, Vardy, top player, but he's been doing it all year and getting away with it. And I thought the referee, that was a yellow card. Whether the first yellow card should have been given, again, that's debatable.
Vardy says no. But he didn't say it technically.
Yeah,
he technically
but
shook
definitely. But with everything else, I think he got it wrong. I mean, with the tangle in the box, I like the fact that he dealt with that and gave a penalty for that, but you've got to be consistent. If you do that for one, then what about all the others?
Well, this is the problem, isn't it? In a game where it's exactly in a game where it's happening on every single step. And to be fair, it happens at every single corner in every game of football on any pitch all around the world.
I'm just hoping that what he's done this weekend in a sort of perverse way has highlighted that problem, and that next season that they really clamp down. I really hate that. You know, these balls coming in, people have people by their neck. Yeah. Yesterday, I mean, it's a joke.
That's the Martin Skirtle school of defending. I don't see it. Go on, Baz. You don't think it was a? Do you think Vardy should have been sent off?
I think it was probably a dive. I think the first one, whether it's a bit of a consensus yellow card. I think the second one, once he's been booked, you know, he's given the referee probably know where to go with it, really. You know, if he's trying to clamp down it. But like Robbie said, in terms of penalties for grappling, you know, it happens all the time. And you don't mind if you're getting penalties every game for it, you'd go fair enough. You know, you can't do it. Players had stopped doing it. But the problem is you'll have had 9 other games this weekend in the Premier League where it would have gone on and there'd be no other penalties. And that's what you've got. We had a situation, was it last week, where the shirts come off, or the week before, the player trying to put the shirt back on.
Like how happy goal fights.
You know, it was just, it's quite bizarre, really. But the only way to deal with it is to start giving penalties, and then defenders will have to stop.
I'll say one thing on that incident, right? He has got a lot of stick, right? But one thing, if you watch that incident carefully, just before he gives that penalty, he called over Wes Morgan and Hoof, and he's saying to him, listen, cut it out. You do that again, I'm going to give a penalty. And they were just like, all right, yeah, pissed. Right? They just went back, we're still doing it. And but it's just the fact that he didn't give any of the others.
Yeah,
and,
that's the thing.
You know, it is a penalty. Yeah. That is a penalty, but
I think of all of them. I thought of all of them that you see all the times just fighting in the box like that. What was actually given the penalty for was nowhere near as as bad as what you see. That
last one, he evened it up. And that's where, for me, he ruined himself.
Do you think, go on, we've got Max 100% Chelsea making your social club debut. Yep. All on you. And what do you reckon? Are we right in giving the stick to John Moss?
First definitely soft. Definitely. I mean, as you said, you see that every game, every week. There's got to be some sort of consistency in the ruling of it. If he's going to sort of give a penalty for that, every game has to have that. Second one, definitely a dive. I mean, as you said, he's been doing it all season. It was going to catch up with him. It's a little bit harsh in the sense that the first yellow wasn't realistically justified, and it did sort of come up, and he did get the red so late on in the season, but it was going to happen.
I think Vardy's tried to be clever, hasn't he? The way he's done it. And it looks like the referee was looking for it, to be honest.
What about you? What do you think? Because I know that you like diving, innit? Remember that show? Yeah, I don't mind it. I like it.
Yeah. Hang on.
No, that's why I'm interested to hear what you're going to say about it.
About Vardy in particular. Look, if you dive and you get caught, then no, but if you
dive and you get caught,
then it's your own staff fault, isn't it? You know what I mean?
It's incredible, isn't it?
Can we just look at the way the incident goes? He actually is fouled, but he does get clipped, and if he just goes down normally, but he throws himself into the defender, he bends his leg round it to make more contact than there was, and in doing that, I think he sells himself down the river, but because he's trying to be too clever. And look at
Bird
Jamie
was saying
Vardy.
this
I'm sorry, but look at Jamie Vardy.
Listen, we had Everton had one the other night at Crystal Palace. I don't really want to go on about Everton too much, but we had one at Crystal Palace where I think it was Yannick Bolasie caught Seamus Coleman. He went to his knees. It was a penalty, but Coleman jumped back up and tried to carry on. Referee didn't give it him. And you look and go, well, when it showed it, and you knew Bolasie caught him because the first thing he done, when you know we've kicked someone the arms off. So Coleman carried on. The game ended 0-0, so Everton were
All
really
I'll say
punished.
from again, it comes down to this perspective. If Jamie Vardy wins the penalty there and that puts the game beyond doubt and basically takes Leicester to put one hand on the Premier League title, then and this was my diving point was that
It's okay to treat.
no, all right. Yeah, but this and again, we're not going to get into this now. But my point remains is that you've got to be nasty to get across the line in certain ways. You've got to boot people off the ball. I don't like it. I'm not saying it's something that when I talk about the beautiful game, the beautiful game, isn't it beautiful? No, fuck that. I haven't seen Liverpool win a league title in 26 years.
Essentially, you're saying diving's okay if you get away with it.
Yeah, he is. He's saying that, and I hate that.
Yeah.
I don't think
Well,
that's right.
it's wrong.
Listen, get off your fucking high horses because
I need a high horse
because
to get
the only
to your
reason
level.
yous won anything was because Didier Drogba used to die for fun. Yous win nothing because yous don't. We win nothing because yous don't. And yous are just shit, so it doesn't matter. Like,
Hey, we're
but,
top of the fair play league.
Exactly.
Guess what? There's not. Listen, hang on. There's not more Everton than this. We're top of the fair play league. On the year they removed the European place for it.
You're kidding.
When we get 30 grand or something.
Oh,
when
that-
we've just got a billionaire.
That is amazing.
Cheers.
So no place in the first preliminary Europa League qualifying
Because
round.
we wanted to play in May. Would have been great. May the 28th, away to the Dog and Duck. And we'd have got beat 1-0 in the first leg, but I had 96% possession.
Just to get back to the referee though, you know what I thought was brilliant around it? I was actually talking to a West Ham fan today.
Can't use John Moss and brilliance in the same sentence. by the
What
way.
was brilliant about the game and the post match, how Slaven Bilic handled it. Now
Yeah,
he
he
was
did.
clearly raging, and he doesn't strike me as the kind of man who hides his rage particularly well. He's clearly got home and twatted something after that match.
He's ordered a hit in Croatia.
He
He looks like someone you don't mess with.
I bet he got. He puts on. It looks like he puts on some sort of
That shrug with the suit, and you know
sort
that
of
you're in trouble.
Lecoq Sportive trackie with Reebok Classics and goes and knifes someone on a council estate or something. But the
Someone like Slaven Bilic, not obviously
yeah,
Slaven Bilic.
you know, like kind of like Grand Theft Auto 4, I think. But the fact is, he the way he said, and he's clearly dead upset, and he's clearly dead angry, and he just says, "Look, referees have got a really tough job," and I thought he did so much there to. Look, he could come out because every other fucking manager comes out.
And they West Ham have had some bad decisions recently, even against us. They had a goal disallowed. You know what I mean, they've had some bad decisions go against them. And
Well, he
listen,
didn't
the
against us.
referee yesterday, he bottled it. That last minute penalty that he gave, right, that was horrendous. And that was the biggest bottle job. Just before that, right, I don't know if you
Robbie knows
noticed.
from bottle jobs.
all right. Yeah, just because they won one little game, you know, they're unbearable now, aren't they? Right?
The heel now.
Right. The referee, just before that, the fans were singing 2-1 to the referee. Right? They were singing it. You could hear it really loud. And then straight away after that, he gives the penalty. He bottled it, man. The crowd got to him.
But are we right to absolutely crucify the referee for that?
Yeah.
You think so?
I hate referees, hate them. So yeah.
It's our job.
It's our job.
I've been-
100 grand a
Speaking
year.
as an ex-player, Barry Cass, no sympathy for referees.
Over 100 grand a year, plus 30 grand expenses
No, listen,
to walk around, not be... Listen, you know what my problem with
It's
John
a hard
Moss is?
game, Baz. It's hard. Listen,
It
you
is,
know what?
but listen,
How many-
shut up.
hold on.
Listen,
No,
this isn't Talk Robbie or whatever it is, your new show. Button it. Put that up. All I'm going to say. My problem with John Moss, in particular, as well as the other 19 referees. Now, the problem with John Moss is he's always behind play.
Yeah.
He's had too many curries. It happens. He's always
lost
behind.
his edge.
He's always behind play. And I think that it's getting faster and faster. Therefore, your referees have got to get quicker and fitter and fitter.
I agree
Or
with
he
you that
needs
the
to go for
standard...
hotter curries.
Or have hotter curries where you just sweat it out. So it's, in some
Wasn't what I was
respects...
thinking, but it's
Well,
fine.
yeah, I know what
The
you were
standard,
thinking.
the standard of refereeing is poor, but it's difficult.
Yeah,
a lot of games I've been to, and I slate the ref, right? And then when I get home and I actually watch it on TV, you're like, actually, you got it right.
You get more than you get wrong.
Yeah, listen.
But I think you need.
But the standard, I think the standard at the moment of refereeing is quite poor.
I think maybe it is time for like video technology stuff, or assistance with it. I think so.
Yeah,
it's a multi-billion-pound industry now.
Well, this is the issue, isn't it? We've got, and again, it's another topic for another day. But when you consider the fine margins and how much those fine margins cost,
just imagine if Leicester don't go on to win the league now. Over the Vardy thing, the booking, or they don't score because he's not in the team or something like that, or West Ham missed out on European qualification because of that late penalty, something like that. People are losing money. You know, it could come down come down to managers losing their jobs because they've not hit the targets.
No, listen,
before.
when you've got players who are being like sent with the pillows from home to sleep in the hotels so they get as much of the home experience because of the fine, like the marginal gains, isn't it? They talk about then referee, and you've got referees who are not on the same plane of existence as the people that they're refereeing in terms of physicality. Then yeah, it makes sense. But a whole different story for a whole different time. Let us know your thoughts on the referee in the comments below. Subscribe to 100% Chelsea. Go and subscribe to Arsenal Fan TV, although you probably do. Subscribe to Toffee TV. Subscribe to Man Like Robbie, and subscribe to the Red Men TV and Retro Football TV as well.